You know, a week ago, BJ was kind of on one of his little tears, and he mentioned that, you know, somebody needs to step up. Somebody needs to, and he meant, you know, he said 1, 2, or 3 guys, whatever, but need to step up and take charge and kind of just show, you know, I don't know if leadership is the right word, but it would appear in a week, and maybe you're that guy. And is that a conscious effort to maybe even try to do a little more, or to maybe individually control the pace and the tone of the game yourself, or is it just situation falling that way?
I would say we, as a team right now, we're doing, our main focus is we versus me. So, I mean, yeah, I might be the one out there making plays, but it's literally all the guys on the bench, all the guys on the floor. I mean, we're coming together. We have a goal in mind, and it's, yeah, there might be a few guys here and there that step up and voice a little bit more and have a little more control on the team, but you know, it's a whole team effort this past week or so.
Talk for a second about, you know, that spurt in the second half. I'd have to go back to my notes, but I think it's around between 5 and 7 minutes left, closer to 5 probably, where you guys put enough of a gap there to where I think you had 2 or 3 possessions in a row where you scored and had a couple stops, which really kind of stopped the back and forth trading leads and whatnot, and gave you kind of a little bit of a breathing room, and then forced them into being enough behind they were going to have to start really hitting more of those 3-pointers. That stretch, I think, said a lot about what the necessity and what the matter at hand was, and I think during that stretch there was also 2 possessions where the passes were just, you know, crowd appealing. One was to you, Dominique, and another one may have been to you, but you know, they came. Oh no, the other one was Cameron, just you know, taking that possession and saying, okay, we can't keep passing around. This baseline's open and cap line. Was that kind of a message too at that point that, you know, this game is in our hands now and you're going to have to come get us?
Oh yeah, definitely. Sorry, I'm down. I'm taking all. Yeah, they had to do something. They had to get us out. They were up pressuring, and I kept telling the guys, if we take care of the ball, we will get layups every time down the floor, because they have to gamble. They had to do something to create offense, stops, something like that. So, yeah, we got a couple of those, which helped us out with a little lead, and it was big for us.
Dominic, you ended with 7 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist and a block, and on a numbers across, it doesn't look that great, but I looked at 28 minutes, and that's a big production, and plus what you did at the defensive end. Do you feel like you yourself, too, have, I mean, get back to the we versus me, is there a conscious effort yourself, too, to say, you know what, maybe I've got to give a little more myself. When I think I'm a little bit tired, I'm not tired, and I've got to, you know, to give a little more at certain times?
Yeah, it's just when you hit that wall and you know that you're tired,
Yeah.
and you have to fight through it. But for me, myself, it's just going hard every single possession. And like Coach always says, go hard every play, and then when you need a break, he'll take you out. But I just try to go hard every single play, and it just elevates my game. And then it kind of sets the mood for certain players on the team. And then when that happens, we just come together as a team, and then everybody starts playing well. I mean, Tev had a great game tonight, and then when one person does well, it just goes throughout the team.
Let's talk for half a second too. You weren't even willing to give up in the last 30 seconds, there are 3-pointers, unless they're just draining them right from the first time. They were meaningless. You weren't even willing to give up one from 24.5 feet to number 5, and you know, between you and I think you got away with whacking him pretty good on that 3-pointer. But I mean, you came out and really took a leap at him. You know, you got as close as you could before he fired and took a leap at him. So you weren't even willing to say, hey, we're going to give you this one just as consolation.
No, it wasn't foul. But
well, from what I said up here. But,
yeah, but
you both ended up on the floor.
all night. He's been hitting all night, and Coach has been.
Yeah, he's a good shooter.
Yeah, he's been hitting all night, and we was doing a poor job of running him off the line. And that particular possession, I saw that he was open, and I knew if I can get a good contest, it was going to come off bad. That's what happened, and that's all I tried to do.
Talk a little. Go ahead.
I just want to say that's Dom's personality, playing hard. We don't have to ask Dom to play hard. as a team, even as me, I look at Dom and he gives me energy. So that's Dom's personality. He's a hard worker.
Thank you, Todd.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about the energy that Dom does bring to the team? He kind of brings a little swagger, a little attitude. Can you talk about how that transpires on the defensive end for your team, Tevin?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, Dom is blessed with good athletic ability, and he's a hard worker. Plus, on top of that, so he can do a lot of things the guys can't. And like I said, he gives us energy. He's making plays that most people can't do, like running that guy off the line. I don't know if anybody else got him out of his rhythm shot like that. So we look to him as a team, as a huge motivator, as a huge guy, a leader on our team. So he's big for us.
Talk a little bit about having a 3-game win streak going right now, which I'd have to look. I don't know if you've won 3 in a row all year, have you? But either way, a 3-game win streak, and then going into, don't you have just 1 game next week? Technically, a little bit of an easier week, especially because you go on the road. It's a 1-game road trip, which is easier than a 2-game road trip. And coming off of 3 straight wins, and what that means in terms of maybe being able to really, build some momentum, turn it into a 4-game and then being kind of on a roll.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been, right now, that streak is very good, so it's giving us momentum going in. But we have to bring the same effort that we've been playing these last couple of games, and we have to do that on the road, which is because it's going to be harder, so it's just going to be us and the coaches. So we have to bring our own energy on, like we have to communicate, play as a team, and then when we do that, we can be pretty tough to beat on the road.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate